भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, ओ भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, ओ भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, ओ भजो राधे राधे, ओ भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, ओ भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, ओ 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 भजो राधे राधे, भजो राधे राधे, ओ भजो राधे राधे, भजो गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे, ओ राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा, ओ राधे गोविंदा राधे, ओ राधे गोविंदा राधे, ओ राधे गोविंदा, 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 गोविंदा गोविंदा गोविंदा, राधे राधे गोविंदा, बोलिए अलबेली सरकार की जय. Today we have to discuss on a very important part of devotion. There are few things without which practice of devotion is not possible. And amongst all those points, the point of ananyata is very, very important. If we don't understand only this point, then no matter how much sadhana we do, how much tears we shed for God, we won't get any spiritual result. The literal meaning of the word ananyata, this word belongs to Sanskrit language, and the meaning of the word is na anya iti ananya. Na anya. When nobody else, nothing else comes in our mind except our God, our Ishtadev. When our mind focuses on one personality only, then the love for that personality is called ananyata, means exclusive love. Na anya, the mind never goes anywhere else at all. So when we understand this philosophy, that we have to be ananya, means we have to focus on one form of God only. There are many forms of God. There are not many gods. God is one. The Supreme God is one only. But He descends in many forms. As you know, Ram, Krishna, Durga, Shankar, Hanumanji. And there are many forms of God. And different people worship the different forms of God. But this is the weakness of most of the devotees, especially who live in India. And they taught the same thing to others also in the foreign countries. When they have a shrine, they have all the god and goddesses there. And they try or they show off that they are worshipping all of them. Ram, Sita is there, Radha, Krishna is there, Hanumanji is there, Shankar, Parvati is there, Ganeshji is there. And sometimes they keep the picture of Indira Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, or their grandparents. They keep the pictures of everyone. According to Sri Maharaj Ji, the fifth original Jagat Guru in the history of India, plus the highest scholar on the earth at this time, and the highest propagator of bhakti on the earth at this time. He says, no, if you are worshipping many gods, you cannot increase your love for God. You cannot surrender yourself to God. You cannot focus on God. Then what's the point of worshipping God? If you ask people that why are you having so many gods and goddesses in your shrine? Why don't you worship only one? Then they say, because I have great knowledge and I know that all of them are one and the same. If you know that fact, that all of them are one and the same, then you must not keep all of them. You just keep one and then you know that you are keeping all of them because they all are one and the same personalities. Then why are you keeping so many gods and goddesses? But the answer comes that yani kani cha mitrani kartavyani shatani cha. A wise person has to have many friends. Why? Because if I am in trouble, if one person will not help me, then some other will come. If he can also not come, some other person will come to help me out. That's why we keep many. Somebody will help. There were two students. They were going back to their village in vacation. One of them was Mohammedan, the other one was Hindu. When they were going back to their village, there was a river in between. At that time, it was flooded. Both of them thought that how can we go across? Then they decided that we can swim. Both of them knew how to swim. So they decided that we will swim. When they were swimming to go across the river, they were trapped in a spin of water. And they thought that now it's hard to escape ourselves, our lives. So the Mohammedan boy started calling out God in his language, in his way. Ya Khuda Parvardigaram, Digare Alam, save me. Khuda, please save me. Ya Khuda, save me. And the Hindu boy was also remembering God, and he was saying, hey Hanumanji, please, please save me. Oh Radha Rani, please save me. Oh Krishna, please save me. Oh Ramchandji, oh Durga Mata, you are my mother. Please save me, please save me. He was calling all of them. So he was drowned, and the Mohammedan boy was saved. And he asked that why I was calling God all the time, and he was also calling God all the time. He was saved, and I was drowned. Why? Then God says that actually, you call me first. Hanumanji said that you call me first, and I thought I should go to save you. Then he said, oh Ram, please save me. Then I said, Ramchandji is going to save you, then why should I go? And then you called Sri Krishna, and then Ramchandji thought, why should I go? Sri Krishna is going to save him. So he stopped over there. Then he said, oh Durga Mata, you are my mother. Then Sri Krishna said, Durga Mata, he is calling Durga Mata, she will save him for sure. Why should I go? In that way, nobody went to save the boy, and he was drowned. We are also doing the same thing. When we are having many deities in the shrine, it means we do not have full faith in any one of those. We are just having to show. I have so many gods and gods. I have the picture of Shankarji also. I have the picture of Ram also. I have the picture of Sri Krishna also. If you ask them that when you worship someone, then you have to serve them, you have to read something for them, you have to do arti of them. So how do you do? You have so many gods. How do you do everything for them? Because you go to work also. In the morning you have a very little time. He said, what I do, when I have to take the bath, in the morning I get them up, just keep them on their places. And then I take a pot, I put some water, and I put all of them in that water. What is that? I give bath to all of them like this. Okay? Then what you do, then I take them out, and I have a big towel. I just do like that. What is that? I'm just drying their bodies, wiping. Then what do you do? Then I keep them at their places. Then I have to put the chandan. So I take chandan and I sprinkle the chandan. I don't care it is going in the eyes or on the head or the ear or the nose. It will go somewhere because I have to put the chandan. You are not supposed to do that because all the different deities have the different kind of tilak. Like Ramchandji have tilak like this, and Sri Krishna have tilak of other kind. Hanumanji have the tilak of another kind. Shankarji have the tilak of other kind. So you should put the tilak according to their choice. No, we don't have that much time. I have to go to work also. So I just sprinkle the chandan. I don't mind where the chandan is going. Then what you do? Then we bring some bhog. What do you bring? I keep some sweet. In India, generally, people keep batasha as a kind of very cheap candy of sugar, the cheapest thing there, cheapest sweet. In India, they keep that and they put in a plate 5-6 batashas and they put over there. Or some people who are a little rich, they bring some sweets in a plate and they offer. They just keep it over there. What are you doing? I'm offering food, I'm offering bhog. But there are so many duties, and you put only 3-4 pieces of mithai. How would they eat? I don't know. I kept it over there. See who grabs it. Let them grab. Whoever wins, they will eat themselves. They will manage themselves. I don't have that much. This is jokery on the name of devotion. It's nothing at all. It's not devotion. It is a joke only we are doing. Why? Because we have no knowledge that when you start your devotion, then you have to start it only with ananyata. Means you have to know first that you should worship only one form of God. When you know all of them are one and the same, then why are you keeping so many pictures? It distracts your mind. You cannot focus on God. Plus, if you have a fear that if I will not worship Hanumanji, then Hanumanji will be annoyed. If I don't worship Ramchandji, then Ramchandji will be annoyed. If I don't worship Shankarji, then he will be annoyed. It means you do not have the knowledge that they are one and the same. You think all of them are the different personalities and they are like us. If you will worship Ram, then Shankarji will be jealous to Ram. If you worship Shankarji, then Sri Krishna will be jealous to Shankar. It's not so. We should know that all of them are same. As a matter of fact, Sri Krishna is such a personality that nothing is different from him. Everything could be said that this is or he is Sri Krishna. He is such a great personality, Supreme Brahm. Then why do we have this doubt? We worship the many deities just because we think that when I will be in trouble, then someone of them will come to help me. But we are not worshipping anyone at all. Worship means bhakti. Bhakti belongs to our heart only. We have to love them by heart. Only puja and sprinkling the chandan or putting the flowers here and there is not devotion. Devotion is the subject of our heart only. The other name of devotion, the essence of devotion is love. When we perform bhakti, when we are practicing bhakti, it means we love someone. If we have so many, then how can we love anyone? So we have to establish some relationship with God. He's my friend, he's my son, he's my beloved, or he's my master. We have to have some relationship with them. Otherwise we cannot love. If you are going with someone and somebody asks you that who is he, the other one, you may say that he is mine, he is yours, but what is he or what is he? You say, I don't know. Then he is not yours. If he is yours, then you know that he is your friend or he is your son or he is your brother or he is your father, you know that. But if you don't even know that who is he, how come he belongs to you, then you don't love. In the same way, the first thing which we have to practice and realize, that is ananyata. Lord Krishna emphasized on this point so much. Ananya chetaha satatam yomam smarati nityashaha. Chapter 8, 4. Lord Krishna is saying, he is saying 2 times in half shloka. Ananya chetaha means the one who exclusively love me alone. And nityashaha, all the time, without any gap of a fraction of a second, who loves me nityashaha, all the time, and me alone. Tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaham. I take care of them. They are my real devotees. Ananyashchintayanto mam ye janah paripasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. 9:25. Ananyashchintayanto mam. Those who love me alone, alone. Na anya. His mind never goes anywhere else. He does not depend on anyone else at all. He loves me alone. The one who loves me alone. The one who thinks about me alone. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I take care of that devotee. Yoga kshem means, yoga means to give whatever the devotee does not have. And shame means to protect whatever he has. In other words, he takes total care of that devotee who is ananya. if we are ananya, ek bharoso, ek bal, ek आस विश्वास, एक ही साधे सब सधे, सब साधे सब जाएं. If we are depending on one only, if we love one person only, then God takes care. He takes all the time care. Many people think, if we are thinking about God only, and we are not thinking about anything else, we have to live in this world also, then how can we perform our duties? Suppose you have a little child. You have to feed the child, but you are busy in your devotion. You forgot about your child, forgot to feed the child. How about that? That's why Lord Krishna said, if you are really lost in remembering God only, if you are ananya at that time, then you don't have to be worried. God will come in your form and He will perform your duty. But if you know, this is the time and I have to feed my child, but I am doing my kirtan, God will come and He will take care. No, this is carelessness. This is cheating. Then He will not come, because we know and we can do our duty. Neither we are doing our duty properly, nor we are remembering God. Because if the child is coming in your mind, it means you are not ananya at that time. You are thinking about child also. Then God will not come to help you. But if you are thinking about God only. There was a devotee. He used to give some grocery for one-time food, full grocery, to a Brahmana every day. In ancient time, people used to honor the Brahmins a lot. They used to give food which is called Siddha, means the full food, the grocery for the full food of one time. One day, he was doing Shringar of Sri Krishna, and he was so much engrossed in devotion that he forgot that the Brahman comes at 10 o'clock and I give the grocery to him. At 12 noon, when he came out from his prem samadhi, and then he looked at that clock and, oh, it's 12. He must have come here, he must have knocked the door, but I didn't listen because I was doing my puja. I was busy in that. He must be hungry. Oh, I offended a lot. And then immediately prepared the thali of grocery, and he went to the Brahman's home. And he said, I'm very sorry. I was doing my puja. I couldn't hear you whenever you could knock the door. So I brought this grocery for you. Please accept it. He said, no, I went to your place and you gave me the grocery. He said, no, I didn't come out from my room. I went in my puja room at 8 o'clock and I'm coming now. So how can I give you the grocery? He said, no, you gave me. Rather, you gave me a lot of grocery today. Very good grocery today. He couldn't believe it. He said, show me. When he showed the same kind of thali and lots of grocery were there, he immediately fell unconscious because he realized at that time that this was the first day when I was so much engrossed in my devotion. I was doing the Rup Dhyan so deeply that I couldn't know what's going on here in the house. And God had to come Himself to give this grocery. So we should know that if we are totally engaged, our mind is totally engaged in devotion, then we don't have to be worried about anything. Then He will take care. But we have to focus. We have to make the practice of focusing on God only, and we have to focus on one form of God. Why? We don't have to show off that how many gods we have in the shrine. We worship God for our benefit. We have to create love for God. We have to remember God. We have to increase our devotion. To increase our devotion, it is must to focus on one form of God. It is must to focus on the form of God. So if we choose only one form of God, and all the time we are thinking about the same form of God, the leelas of the same form, the names of the same form, the attributes of the same form, all the time if we are thinking about the same form, then naturally our love for God will increase by leaps and bounds. But if we are changing our deities every day, on Monday we are going to worship Shankarji, on Tuesday we are going to worship Hanumanji, on Wednesday we are going to worship Sri Krishna, Thursday we are going to worship Ram. If we are changing our Ishtadev every day, then we cannot love any form of God at all. Then how would our devotion start? It cannot be started. Generally what happens, if we lose something, many people do that. They are worshipping Ram and then they lost something which was very dear to them. Then they throw out that photo or that murti and they bring other murti of Sri Krishna or Hanumanji. People say, you should worship Hanumanji, then you will fulfill all your desire. Why are you worshipping Sri Krishna? Worship Sri Ram, worship Sri Hanumanji. Then they change their mind. So, if we are still thinking about the material benefits, material achievements, and this is the aim of our worship, then we are not worshipping God. We are worshipping that thing or that person for which we are practicing devotion. Like if your son is sick and you went to the hospital to call some doctor and you're asking everybody, where is Dr. Sharma? Where is Dr. Sharma? The people who are seeing you, they think he loves Dr. Sharma so much. He is so desperate to see Dr. Sharma. But he does not love Dr. Sharma. He loves his son. He is searching Dr. Sharma because he thinks that I will get my son, all right. He will alive if Dr. Sharma will come and take care of my child. That's why he is searching Dr. Sharma. In the same way, if we are going somewhere to fulfill our material desires, then we do not love God. We are not going anywhere in any temple. Balaji and Vaishno Devi, people go to fulfill their desires. They are not doing anything good. They are not worshipping God. They are just gratifying their own desires. This is not devotion. There's a bird named Chatak. It's a kind of cuckoo bird. And it depends only on the first drop of rain, which is called in the star of Swati. Jache barah maas papiha piye Swati jal. He does not drink any other kind of water. It drinks only the first drop of Swati nakshatra. That's it. Pavi pahana damini garaj jhari jakore kari kij. Doshna priyatam, roshna priyatam dosh laki tulsi ragahi rij. The clouds, they are teasing him by lightning. They are scolding him by roaring. They are hitting him by in many ways they are pouring water and everything. He is troubled by the clouds so much still. He has no annoyance against the cloud. Why? Because he loves only. He has no other desire. He loves the clouds only. So whatever the cloud do for him, it doesn't mind. He still loves and he still waits only for that drop. Badho badhik paryo punyajal ulati uthai chonch. Once there was a chatak bird. It was very hot and he was looking for a drop of water. He was so thirsty. So he went towards the Yamuna river, Ganges river, and he thought, no, I don't have to drink this water. I love my Priyatam, the cloud, only. I will take the water when my Priyatam cloud will give me the water. But he was tired. So there was a tree at the bank of the Ganges river. He sat down over there. Some hunter was looking for some bird and it just threw the arrow and the chatak, it fell in the water of Ganges river. As soon as he fell over there, then he thought, now the water of Ganges river will come in my mouth and I will get moksha, liberation. But it is against the rule of love. No. A lover must not desire for anything, not even for moksha. That's why ulati uthai choj. He turned immediately and he put his beak upwards. Tulsi chatak prema pat marta hu lagi na khoj. In that way, even at the time of death, he died after that because he could not get the water. So, a bird is giving us a lesson of love, that even if you are dying, we must not take help from anyone. We do not expect any help from anyone. We have to love only one. So we have to focus on one form of God only. Only then our devotion can increase. Somebody, a Sarasik saint, has written, Kham vayumagnim salilam mahim cha jyotishi sattvani disho drumadin sarit samudranscha hare shariram yatkincha bhutam pranamed ananya. When we talk that we have to worship only one form of God, it doesn't mean that we should neglect or insult other forms of God. Many people think that if we are ananya for one form of God, then we are not concerned about any other form of God. Suppose you are going on the way and a temple of Hanumanji comes on the way and you worship Sri Krishna, then many people think, oh, why should I bow down over there? Because I am not the devotee of Hanumanji, I am the devotee of Sri Krishna only. That is wrong. Why? Because Kham vayu magnim salilam manisha. What is the main quality of an ananya? That the ananya, bhakta, honors everything, bows down in front of everything. Kham means the sky, vayu, air, agnim, fire, mahim, the earth, sarit, samudranscha, sarit, the rivers, samudra, the ocean. He thinks that everything is the body of Sri Krishna because he is dwelling in each and everything, each and every being. So he looks his own deity everywhere. This is the main point of Ananyata, that we have to see our God everywhere. Only then we can be ananya. There was a devotee, inhabitant of Vrindavan, and once he saw that a saint came with a big group and he was going for the parikrama of Braj. When they do go around Braj for parikrama, and they have lots of food and lots of other things, medicines and everything, all kind of arrangements. Then he was poor, inhabitant of Braj. He thought, I should also mix with this group, then I will eat good food at least for 2-3 days, because they will make puri, kheer, halwa, everything. So I will enjoy their food, I will be with them. It's a big group, how can they know that somebody else from outside has come? So he mixed with that group. And he was going, then after a day, somebody noticed that he doesn't look like the member of our group. And he went to his Swamiji, the saint, and he said, there is one person in our group, it seems like he's an outsider, he doesn't belong to our group. Then he said, call him. When that person came over there, then Swamiji asked that, who are you? He was an uneducated, illiterate person. He thought, if I say that, who am I? Then they will scold me and they will tell me to go out. Then to think the answer of this question, he said, you tell me first, who are you? He said, what? Yeah, you tell me, who are you? And Mahatma Ji thought, and he gave a very wise answer from his side. He said, I am Ananya of Shri Radha Krishna. Then he said, what are you now? You tell me. He didn't know the meaning of Ananya. He said, I am Ananya. Then he said, I don't know what he is saying, I am Ananya. And you tell me now, who are you? He said, I am Phananya. He just said the word Phananya. Swamiji said, I heard the word Ananya, but I never heard this word Phananya. What is the meaning of Phananya? He said, you tell me first that what is the meaning of Ananya. And he said, Ananya means the one who worships Shri Radha Krishna only and who does not worship anyone else like Brahma, Shankar, Vishnu, Hanumanji. The one who does not worship anyone else except Shri Radha Krishna. Now you tell me that what is the meaning of Phananya. He was Brajvasi. He always lived in Vrindavan only. So he never heard the name of other deities. Then he said that the one who does not know even the names of so many gods and goddesses is Phananya. Then Swamiji thought, yes, this is real Ananyata. When I said that I do not worship in the Varuna, Kuber, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, anyone at all, I worship Shri Krishna only, it means I remembered so many deities that time. If I remembered many other god and goddesses, it means I was not Ananya. But who does not even know the name is real Ananya. So real Ananya means that you are concerned, you are focusing on one form of God only all the time. You don't know, then there will be no problem at all. If we are seeing God in everyone, then we cannot be annoyed, we can never be, we won't have any enmity with anyone because we are seeing God everywhere. What did the gopis do? They loved Shri Krishna. That's why they were thinking only about Shri Krishna. When they went in Maharashtra, thousands of gopis were there and Shri Krishna was playing with everyone. He was loving each one because he created his forms according to the number of the gopis, and he was with each and every gopi, and he was loving all the gopis seemingly, but nobody was annoyed, nobody was jealous. Why? Because they didn't see anyone else. They saw Shri Krishna only. They didn't see that there are so many gopis and Shri Krishna is loving them also. She was not concerned about it at all. She was seeing Shri Krishna only. And she was feeling that Shri Krishna loves me so much. He's taking care of myself only. He's loving me only. They were thinking like, each gopi was thinking like that. That's why they were not jealous to anyone at all. This is real Ananyata. Naraji said, Anyashrayanam tyago ananyata. Anyashrayanam tyago. You have to give up all other sources of support. Then you are ananya. What are the other sources on which we depend? There are so many things like swavalam, means our own power. If you are very strong, very healthy, or you are very powerful, you are on a big position, then you don't care for anyone. Oh, nobody can damage anything. I will see. Like Madhav was saying in one lecture, there are many great diplomats, and if they are annoyed with someone, they immediately order him, just kill him. But what will happen after that? Don't worry about that. I will see. And they will give some money, like 1 crore or something like that, everything will be okay. In the same way, if we have own power, position, then we depend on ourselves. Nobody can do anything. But we are seeing that our own power is limited in front of the power of God. He has unlimited power. And the power of anyone is not unlimited. It is limited. Like when Draupadi, Dushasana was pulling the sari of Draupadi, at that time, she tried her best to save herself, and she was holding her sari between the teeth. But how long could he do that? When in front of the strength of the Shasan, the strength of her teeth was nothing at all. And eventually, when she called out Sri Krishna, Ha Nath Dwarika Vasin, because Sri Krishna was waiting. She was a very good devotee of Sri Krishna. But he could not come to help her because when he was eating, when it was going on, Sri Krishna was eating, Rukmini was fanning Sri Krishna, all of a sudden he stopped eating. Rukminiji asked, what happened? Why not eating now? He said, oh, a great devotee is in trouble, then go and save her. He said, no. My law says that ananya shintayanto mam ye janaha pariyupasite. She has to be ananya. Mamekam sharanam braja. 1866. Mamekam sharanam braja. She has to surrender herself unto me alone. But she is depending on her teeth as well. How can I go to save her? I'm just waiting for her complete surrender. As soon as she will be completely surrendered to me, I'll go and save her. But eventually, when she could not save herself, then she said, Ha Nath Dwarika Vasin. Completely, she was surrendered. Then Lord Krishna appeared there in the form of Ambar Avatar. Then Draupadi asked Lord Krishna, why did you come so late? You were seeing the Shasan was going to strip me, and you were not, I was calling you out and you didn't come. He said, yeah, I had to come before. Earlier, I could come, but you know what? I always live with you in your heart. But you called saying, Ha Nath Dwarika Vasin, so I had to go to Dwarika first. Then I came from there. That's why there was a delay. It was just joking. So, our power does not work over there. We have to be completely surrendered. Sometimes we depend on the powers of others. Oh, my brother, oh, he's prime minister, or my father is on such a great position. I am not scared for anything. Sometimes we have this kind of pride, but that is also nothing. Like in the case of Draupadi herself, she was depending on all her 5 husbands because they were so powerful, not only physically, They have spiritual power as well. So she was thinking that they cannot damage my respect anyway. So she was very careful, free, and she looked towards all her husbands one by one, and they did like that. Then she realized, yes, it is right. The saints are right that you have to depend on God only. Now I have to call out God. Sri Krishna is with me. Why should I depend on them? So we cannot, because the power of anyone is limited. We cannot depend on others as well. And the most dangerous thing is that many people depend on Devi Devatas. They worship Devi Devata. Like for money, they worship Kuber. For effulgence, for tej, for power, they worship Surya Devata. For majesty, they worship Indra Devata to get the majesty of heaven. Many people depend. On different occasions, people worship the different devatas. They are all together 33 billion devatas. How can someone worship all the Devi Devatas? Because one Devi or one Devata is the master of one power only. They do not have all the powers. If we worship Kuber, Kuber can give us the wealth only, nothing else. If we worship Indra, he can give us the gratification of heaven only. If we worship Brihaspati, Saraswati, they can give us knowledge only, because they don't have anything else. They have limited powers, and they can give only one power which they have with them. They can't give anything else. And if we worship Devata, any Devata of heaven, then we get the result of Devata only. Yanti Deva Brata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pratibrata Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya Yanti Madhyajinopimam. What Krishna is saying, if you worship Devata, then you will get the result of Devata. So if you are worshipping one Devata or two Devata, then you can get the result of only those two Devatas. What will you do for other things? Because anything of this material world cannot make us happiness. Happiness means God, God means happiness. That's why without worshipping Sri Krishna, without being completely surrendered to Lord Krishna, we cannot attain happiness. And behind the desire of anything, there is one desire, that is, we want happiness. We worship any Devi Devata, or we desire anything only to attain happiness. But we cannot get happiness if we worship anyone else except from God. So we have to worship Sri Krishna only. The grandson of Prahlad, Upamanyu, he was the devotee of Shankarji. So he was doing austerity to see for the darshan of Shankarji, for the grace of Shankarji. When his sadhana was completed, the time of darshan came, then Shankarji appeared in front of him in the form of Indra, the king of heaven, on his elephant, Aravat, with Vajra and everything. He paid full respect to him. And then he said, that what are you doing here? I am worshipping Shankarji. I am the devotee of Shankarji. He said, why? Why are you worshipping Shankarji? He himself is a beggar. He doesn't have any place to live. He lives in Himalaya. He doesn't have clothes to wear. He wears the lion skin. He doesn't have anything. What will he give to you? Forget about him. And come with me. I am the king of heaven. I will give you everything over there. You will enjoy heaven forever. Then Upamanyu said, sorry, I gave respect to you because you are the king of heaven. But it doesn't mean that I will take anything from you. Why? He said, Apikita patango va bhaveyam shankaragyaya natvindra ham tvaya dattam trailokyam api kamaye. If Lord Shankar comes over here, then I can get anything. Even if he would tell me to go in the form of an insect or worm, I will go there. I will be very happy to have those bodies as well. But natvindraham tvaya dattam. But if you will give me the kingdom of all the three universes, even then I will not get it. Because He is my Lord. He is my Master. He is my Ishtadev. I will accept anything gladly given by Shankarji. But I cannot accept anything from you at all. This is Ananyata. We have to be Ananya. And if we worship Devi Devta, one more thing we should understand about this, that even if we worship Devi Devta with Shraddha, in a right way, with full faith, then even then, who will give the result of that Shraddha, that puja, that worship? Sri Krishna. Why? Because the right of accepting any kind of puja belongs to Sri Krishna only. Any Devi, Devta or human being cannot accept any puja. This is the right of Sri Krishna only. So when we worship any Devi, Devta also, then we get the result. But we get the result through Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna gives the result, but he does not give the result of his devotion. Rather, he gives the result of the respective Devi or Devta. So we get the result of Devi Devta also from Sri Krishna. When we have to get the result from only Sri Krishna, then why should we not worship Sri Krishna himself? Yenarchito haristena tarpitani jagantyapi rajyante devatastatra. Padma Purana is saying, Yenarchito haristena tarpitani jagantyapi. The one who worships Sri Krishna, he gets everything. Because he pleases everyone. If we please Sri Krishna, it means we have pleased all the Devi Devtas, all the forms of God, because he is the supreme God. Sri Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the supreme power. All other forms of God are the power, are the ansh of his ansh. Lord Krishna's power is Karnanashai Mahavishnu. Karnanashai Mahavishnu's power is Garbhodashai Mahavishnu. And Garbhodashai's power is Kshirodashai Mahavishnu, who we call Mahavishnu, who we know as Mahavishnu with 4 arms. And then all other forms which are called Yugavatar, they are made from Kshirodashai Mahavishnu. The Supreme Brahma Sri Krishna, who descended 5,000 years ago with Shri Radharani, is the Supreme Brahma. So if we worship Lord Krishna himself, the Supreme Brahma, then we don't have to please anyone else. Yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskandha bhujo pashakha prano paharacha yathendriyanam tathaiva sarvarhanamachyutejya. Pura. If you give water to the root, the whole tree will be green. It will alive. But if you give water to each and every leaf, but you are not giving water to the root, then the tree cannot survive. The same way, If we worship Sri Krishna alone, if we focus on Sri Krishna, then we will make all other forms of God and goddesses and the celestial gods happy, because they also worship Sri Krishna only. So we have to focus on one form of God. That is very, very important to start our devotion, because the main thing when we practice devotion is Roop Dhyan, means focusing on the divine form of God. So if we are worshipping only one form of God, then it is possible for us to do Roop Dhyan. Because every day, all the time, when you will focus on the one form of God, then gradually at least one form will be fixed in your mind. Then wherever you stay going, talking, you can remember that form of God in your heart all the time. But if you do not have any fixed form of God, every time you are changing the form of God, or you are not trying even to focus on the divine form of God, then how can you remember Him when you are doing other things? If you are not worshipping God properly,